Hello, love, and welcome back, or welcome to What I Am Seeing. Today we're going to embark on a new series where we're going to be working our way through all of the gates of the G Center, the Identity Center, or the Calibration Center in Quantum Human Design. So before we get started, just be here now. Give yourself this time. Drop in. Relax. 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 Let something go. Let your day go. Let yesterday go. Put all your worries and to-dos and have-tos on hold, on pause, just for a little bit, and give yourself this time to relax, release, and receive. You have to let something go in order to be able to make room for something new. So release something, let something go, so that you can receive, have space for something new to come in. Receive love, receive support. Good. Get comfortable. Breathe. So like I said, we're going to be starting this new series. And I'm going to show you in a moment where we'll be working, where the G Center is, what it is. We're going to be working through all the gates. There are 64 gates in the Quantum Human Design chart. And what these 64 gates show us is 64 archetypal themes that we experience in form, that we experience as human beings. And remember, the chart just shows us the mechanics of how we operate in form. It shows us the energetic dynamics that play out being in form. It's an energetic blueprint, like a schematic or a map of how our energies play. So, with those 64 gates, it's important to keep in mind we have all of them. Some of them are defined, meaning they're activated, and some of them are open or undefined. The planets at the time of your birth are what determines what is activated in your chart. So regardless, we all have all of the gates of the G Center, the Identity Center, the Calibration Center. So these sessions are going to be for you. This is for you, whether or not you have these gates open or defined, okay? Our candle today has lavender and sage. So there's 8 gates in the G Center, the Calibration Center, and we're going to do one session for each gate. And there's actually another session that if you just want to partake in that for the G Center, the Identity Center, the Calibration Center overall, you can go under the center's playlist and see that video there. There's 9 centers in the body graph, and so we do have all 9 centers. Each center, there's 1 session for each center. You can go and check that out as well. Okay, just opening up and setting our space up. If you want to set an intention or release something into the flame, you can do that now. Maybe your intention is just to be open to receive. Maybe you want to release anything that feels too burdensome, too heavy to hold on to, whatever that is. Just imagine yourself putting it into the fire now, letting it go. Let the fire transmute it. Okay. Good. Okay. You may have seen this before. This is an image from Karen Curry Parker. Just wanted to show you or remind you that here we have our 7 main chakras: the crown, the ajna, the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. And we split from this 7-centered being in 1781 to this 9-centered being. So throughout this series, we're going to be working with the heart chakra, okay? So you can just imagine that energy in the center of your chest. That's where all this work is going to be being done throughout this series. The heart chakra split in 1781 into the Calibration Center, the G Center, the Identity Center, and the Will Center. We're not going to be working on the Will Center. We're going to be going through every gate, all 8, in the Identity Center, the G, the Calibration Center. Okay? So you can see here, the heart split into these 2 centers. This is where we'll be working. In quantum human design, it's called the Calibration Center. This is the seat of our soul. This is where our soul resides. It's also where the magnetic monopole resides. The magnetic monopole is a magnet that only attracts. We're going to get more into what that means, but this is our center for self, for identity, for love, for direction, and it's associated with the liver and the blood. About 55-ish% of the population have it defined, and the rest have it undefined. And this center is all about what we and how we attract things into our life. That magnetic monopole is attracting things, people, experiences into our life. So what that means is the quality of energy here is super important, because that's a direct reflection, that quality, of what we're attracting into our life. So by the end of this series, we're going to have really good and high quality energy in there. We're going to make sure we get all of the unbalanced expressions out. We're going to cleanse and clear, expand that space. We're going to really seal in and anchor in the optimal expression of the energies of each of the gates. Because remember, each archetypal energy that we have in our design, there's a spectrum. There's a high end, a low end, or the optimal expression, the shadow expression, and then there's all that space in between. So we're going to get really acquainted with each gate, each theme, and then be able to become really aware and mindful of these themes and be able to practice anchoring ourselves into the optimal expression, seeing the highest expression of that energy and really anchoring that in and embodying it and living that out. Because you don't know what you don't know, right? So I look forward to going on this journey around the G with you. I encourage you to go and also watch and partake in the G Center session on the G Center itself, because that'll give you a really good overall understanding of this particular center just as a whole. So this is one of my favorite images of the G Center. This is all the voices of the G, our identity center. An identity being, remember, the chart is not who you are. Who you are is a divine being. What you are is a manifested self in form. But this chart is showing the mechanics, the energy dynamics of how you operate and form. So this is very telling of this energy. At the heart of who we are is this embodied in form being. Okay? So there's 8 gates, as I said, and we're going to start today with the gate 10, which is the gate of self-love. And the voice of the 10 is, I am love. I love. We're all here to love and be loved. We are love. We come from love. We will return to love. So that's where we're going to be working. Right here in your heart chakra, in your calibration center, in the gate 10, the gate of self-love. And if you ever want to dive deeper into the gates, you can always use this wonderful resource, the Encyclopedia of Quantum Human Design. It has all the elements and parts and pieces of the chart in here, with contemplation questions and keynotes. So like I said, we're going to be working in this calibration center, which is from your heart chakra, space. So you can even put your hands over your heart if that's comfortable, or one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, just to really feel your body, feel what's going on inside your body. I know this can be a very raw and vulnerable place to dive into, but I just invite you to relax and open yourself up to the possibility of deepening the understanding of this energy. And specifically today, with the gate of self-love as our focus, for you to focus on deepening and expanding your heart and the love that you have for yourself. So we're going to be working with some rose quartz crystals. We're going to be doing some green light therapy. And we're doing some affirmations and a little reflection. But we're going to cleanse out and clear out the unbalanced expression of this energy. And then we're going to imprint and embed at a cellular memory the positive, the optimal, the highest expression of this energy. So I want you to contemplate something. Think about if this is where the magnetic monopole resides, in our G, in our calibration center. Number one, this type of work, these sessions, these energy sessions, we are recalibrating ourselves every time we come together in this space, which is bringing your mind, your heart, your emotions back into cohesiveness, back into coherence. So everything is functioning and vibrating and operating in this harmonious alignment. We're recalibrating because we live in a world where there's a lot of noise, a lot is going on. We're taking in a lot of different energies from a lot of different people and different things, and there's so much going on the planet that it's so loving and nurturing. And one of the best things that you can do for yourself is to come back into heart coherence so that you can live and lead and speak from your heart, so that you can hear your heart, follow your heart, your soul. All of these gates in this center, like I said, it's the quality and the caliber of that energy that determines what you're attracting into your life. Meaning, if you have no self-love or very low self-love, if you don't believe that you're loved, if you really don't love yourself, that's what you're attracting into your life. People who will prove that to you to be true. We attract into our life that which matches our vibrational frequency. That's the whole quantum physics. We can't attract something into our life that is not a vibrational match. This is why we do the energy work. This is why we do the cleansing and the clearing. This is why we raise our vibration. So then that way we are a match for what we're saying we want to attract into our life. So I can't have low self-worth or self-love and then attract people into my life who think that I'm lovable and that I'm valuable. I'm going to attract people into my life that also probably have low self-worth and self-love, and then that just proves the story, and then the whole looping pattern goes on and on and on. So low self-love, you attract that low self-love in. So then what do? We heal whatever story is telling us that you're not lovable, or we transmute, clear, and heal the things that you think about yourself that make you feel like you can't love yourself or you don't love yourself. So that's my intention with these sessions, is for us to not only clear out all the lower vibrational, all the limiting beliefs, all the stagnant, stuck energy, old stories, old paradigms. We're going to clear and cleanse all of that out so that we're operating at the highest functionality, optimal, positive, high vibrational energy. So we're going to start with a raw piece of rose quartz, which is the crystal for unconditional love. Its amazing ability to take out all the negative energy and transmute it into loving, positive energy instead. Unconditional love, infinite peace, infinite, abundant, unconditional love. But I just invite you to relax as we move through this gate 10 and your heart chakra, your calibration center, allowing the crystal and its energy to do its work, trusting in the process. If you had to give a number, if I were to ask you, at what level, what depth of love do you have for yourself? 10 being, I love myself wholly, fully, completely, unconditionally, out of this world, madly in love with myself. That's 10. Where would you fall on the spectrum? 0 being, I don't love myself at all. I don't know why anyone would love me. I don't love myself. That's 0. What number would you give yourself from 0 to 10? 10 being truly, madly, deeply in love with yourself. You can only love people to the depth and the capacity at which you love yourself. And here's the ironic thing. You may think that you love yourself and not really be even consciously aware that you're actually not fully and completely loving yourself. can we increase your capacity of love for yourself? Clearing out the shadow expression of this gate 10, which can be blame and disempowerment. And this could come from you. You could be blaming yourself for so much in your life, for things going wrong, not according to plan. And I say that in quotes because everything is happening for us to teach us. And sometimes we have good intentions and good plans, but there may be something better. So maybe you blame yourself. Maybe you blame others. Maybe others have blamed you. Maybe you grew up with witnessing very destructive, unloving patterns from a parent, self-destructive parent, or self-destructive patterns from that parent, and self-love was the last thing modeled to you. So we're just going to clear all that out, all these stories. That is the opposite of love, the opposite of compassion. Clearing out all the blame and the shame, clearing that out, clearing out any stories. The truth is you are not only lovable, but you are love. You are love. You are made from love. You are made to love. Making space for a new story, a new narrative. One where you see the light and the love that you are. Allowing yourself to embody the pure and true essence of love. The shadow can be this is the space and place where you can get stuck in victim consciousness, right? Just playing the victim on loop. When you can use the things that you've experienced or the things that have happened to you to empower you instead of to keep you the victim. And that doesn't mean that it negates or makes it okay. It just means that you use it. You flip the script. You take and claim your power back. You recognize and realize the truth of who you are. Maybe you need to deeply look into your own eyes in the mirror. Gaze into your soul. And truly see yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't see yourself, how can you expect somebody else to? Cleansing and clearing and cleansing and clearing. This is a loaded energy, a loaded archetype. And archetypes are neutral, right? We give meanings to words based off of our lived experiences, our conditioning, our filters, our lens, our perspective. We give words meanings, the meanings that they hold. And you know what that means? That means you can change the meaning anytime. Write a new story. You can say, I thought that this was self-love, or I thought that I loved myself. But upon review, upon further review, it turns out that I can kick that up a notch. That I actually don't think I've been very loving to myself. Everything changes when that light comes on and you realize, wow, I've been living so long in a lack of love for myself, and every decision I've made has been a direct reflection of that, and it hasn't really been conscious. It's been subconscious or unconscious. But now that I'm aware of it, I get to change all of that. And then you watch like a domino effect. Everything change in your life. It's pretty magical. this is a process, love. This is a practice. It's not something that you need to master overnight or feel like you've cleared and healed it all overnight. This is a process. It's a journey. More grace for yourself. This is such a raw and tender space and place, I know. It's a lot, it's a lot, it's a lot. It's loaded. Especially when we have an inaccurate, perhaps, description of love. We think love hurts, love fades, love is fickle. That's not the love that we were ever meant to know. True love is unconditional and infinite. And our language is so, at least the human English language, is very limited in that we say, I love chocolate, and then we say, I love you. And it's like, right, we water down our words. And then we assign meanings based off of the experience we have with the person, with a relationship. We're going to take our green light and we're going to do some loving, gentle therapy. This is going to be very gentle, okay? So we're using the green light like a laser, dissipating and dissolving any remnants, any stuck fragments or particles, just evaporating into the light now. Any built up scar tissue from wounds in the past that have healed. Any scars, we're just smoothing that out. Clearing and healing that out now. Very lovingly, very gently. Just using the light to dissolve, dissipate, evaporate, transmute any of these particles. Old stories are being eradicated, limiting beliefs, cleansed and cleared and healed now. Healed to completion. Evaporating into the light, creating space, opening your heart, expanding your heart, expanding your capacity and love for yourself. You did so good with that green light therapy. It's looking so silky smooth in here. Really expansive, really opened up. We're gonna put this little rose quartz heart. I'm just gonna put this right on your heart space, okay? Just as a reminder of the work that you just did to open, to expand, to deepen the love for yourself. Just going to put that right there. Okay. So the optimal expression of this energy is understanding the depth of love for yourself is really the source of your true creative power in the direction, the trajectory for you in your life. And so we're going to anchor this in with our rose quartz tower and some affirmations for this gate 10. So you can remember that the love that you have for yourself, the more you love yourself, is a direct reflection of the quality of love that you are attracting into your life. So you empower not only yourself but others. The deeper and the more that you love yourself and you expand into that self-love, others seeing that, you being an example and a role model of that type of self-love, is inspiring and empowering to other people to do the same for themselves. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? So how can you increase your love capacity? The love for yourself, the love for others. So we're just going to take our Rose Quartz tower and we're going to carve in these new neural pathways. And we're going to create a new groove, a new neural pathway into your consciousness of these truths, of these affirmations, using our infinite divine love, infinite peace Rose Quartz tower, okay? So the first one you can repeat after me. You can say it quietly in your mind. You can say it softly in a whisper. The first one is, I am love. I come from love. I am here to love and be loved. The more deeply I love myself, the more I attract that same caliber and quality of love in my life. The next one is, I am lovable just as I am. And last but not least, before I react, I remember to take a pause, take a breath, and ask myself the question, what would love do? And then I respond from that space. So beautiful, so good. I hope you feel so cleansed and cleared and expanded and open to the possibility of letting more love in, letting more light in, exploring how deeply can you go in the depths of loving yourself more, giving yourself more love, never less, always more. Okay, love, 2 more things. First, we're going to just take our G Center, our Calibration Center quantum essence, and kind of seal this space in, anchor in all the work that we just did. That will create a nice top coat, if you will, until the next time that we meet to carry on with the next gate in our session. So I'm just going to gently smooth this in, roll this in, covering all the areas in your calibration center, protecting this area, protecting your heart space. And what's going to happen is these quantum essences work on an energetic level. So this is going to permeate into all of your auric bodies, all of your subtle bodies, and it's going to continue working as you sleep, as you go about your day. It's going to do what it needs to do. It's going to go where it knows it needs to go. It's going to lovingly just support you, and it's going to continue on, continue working, much in the same way that Reiki energy continues to work after it's conducted. So it's the beautiful essence that's just going to continue to support you and support the unseen energetic, subtle bodies. Okay? Yeah, we want you to feel really loved and supported. Okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Before we close out our session, we're going to do one more thing. This is a self-love. I guess it's a game. This is from the creators of We're Not Really Strangers. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but there's some cards in here. We're going to pull one card, and it's going to be a contemplation, reflection type of question for you to contemplate and reflect on regarding self-love. So it says self-love, and the back of the box says you deserve healthy love from yourself too. Healthy love from yourself too. So there's like 3 sets of cards in here, and I think it's past, present, future, if I'm not mistaken. There's different levels. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna pull from level 2, which I believe is the present. Yeah, it's the present. See? Level 2, the present. And so we're going to see what our contemplation question is. We're just going to shuffle these up. What contemplation question do we need? Spirit. What is the question we need to contemplate and reflect on? Okay, let's see. We'll cut the deck. How do you recover from a hard day? That's the question. How do you recover from a hard day? What do you do? What is the most loving thing that you could do for yourself when you have a very humaning is hard type of day? How do you recover from a hard day? That's our reflection question. Do we want one more? I feel like we want one more. Okay. Let's do one. Let's do one more. Okay. This is good. What does your body need from you? What does your body need from you? That's really good. Right? Because only you can give your body what it needs. Maybe it needs rest. Maybe it needs to slow down. Maybe you need to tell you love it. Tell yourself all the things you love about your body. And thank your body for carrying you around, for allowing you to be here and breathe and be on the planet and be in this experience with us here in this space, in this community. Our bodies give us so much. It does so much. It's one of the things my yoga practice helps me to remember is to thank my body for allowing me to experience all the things that I get to experience on a daily basis, for allowing me to move, like move it. I thank it at the end of every yoga practice. Thank you, body. I love you, body. We can love our perfectly imperfect bodies, right? Okay, love, you are all set to either continue on with your day or sink into a deep, restful, and restorative sound sleep. I look forward to our next session together. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for showing up, for doing this work, for choosing to be here. May you remember, you are loved. You are light. You are love. I know who you are in truth. I know what you are in truth. I know how you serve in truth. You are free, you are free, you are free. I am you. You are me. And we are one.